this weekend. I'm back in my slime again. It's all about the slime.
Kids can go in different directions, but it's exciting when they play together. The Take Turn Skyway helps kids learn to take their turn.
Whose turn is that?
You never know which way your car will go. Little people take Turn Skyway, only from Fisher Price. To stay on life's path, you need to stay well. That's why there's Ricola Herbal Immunity. It's nature's way to support your body's defenses and feel energized, so you stay on top of your world.
Wrap up the perfect surprise with Zipline.
S.C. Johnson.
Disney's The Nutcracker, The Four Realms, now playing rated PG.
It's the ultimate Black Friday appliance sale at JCPenney. Save up to 40% off on your family's favorite brands. Plus, buy more, save more. Plus, 18 or 30 month special financing. Plus, earn up to $100 in JCPenney rewards. JCPenney, style and value for all.
Dogs and they don't move.
Hey, how much did you pay for something you don't want? Nothing. Is there some test? No. Question 2. Do you like getting stuff you like for free? Yes, this feels like a test. It's not. It's just why Verizon lets everyone in your family get the unlimited plan they need without paying for stuff they don't. And why Verizon gives you 6 months of free Apple Music. Did I pass? Not a test. But yeah, you passed.
The music you want, the unlimited plan you need, on the network you deserve. Now buy one of our best phones and get one on us.
Nurtured by nature, harnessed by Blistex. New Blistex Superfruit Soother. A lip-soothing infusion of cloudberry, acai, and a touch of mint to protect, revive, refresh. Super fruits, super benefits, super lips. Superfruit Soother. New from Blistex.
A once in 500-year storm should happen every 500 years, right? Fact is, there have been 26 in the last decade. Allstate is adapting with drones to assess home damage sooner. And if a flying object damages your car, you can snap a photo and get your claim processed in hours, not days. Plus, Allstate can pay your claim in minutes. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
We're here!
Oh.
Vera, I want to talk to you. Oh boy. No, this is a good talk. This is a talk where I say I've thought it over and I've decided to let you get a cell phone.
Really?
Yes, but there are some conditions. You have to pay for it out of your babysitting money. I get to see the bills because I want to know who you're talking to. And you can't use it at school, at dinner, or in the car.
So I can use it here in the living room, next to the phone.
Look, I'm trying to meet you halfway on this.
No, you're not. You're trying to make it so you can still say no, but feel good about yourself. Forget it. I don't even want a phone.
I say no, and you get mad. I say yes, and you get mad. And I'm the one who's unreasonable?
I can't talk to you when you get like this.
Don't you walk away from me?
Mom, look outside.
Hello, Reba.
It's snowing.
Barb Jean, why are you wearing that? Air escaping?
I think there's some things we should talk about.
I mean, go out with, but I'm banned. Oh, just get in here. I dyed my hair back. You'll be happy to know what little didn't fall out is pink. Well, why did you dye your hair like mine in the first place? You had to think there was a chance it would bother me. I thought you'd be flattered.
I mean, if you did something that looked like me, I consider it a compliment.
I considered Halloween.
I'm gonna keep one-handed.
Look, Bob Jean, I'm sorry. There's just been a lot going on around here.
I know. Brock told me about you being jealous.
I got all emotional. Got lightheaded. I think there was a gas leak.
Nevertheless, if you're jealous, we should talk about the jealousy you feel for me, and that way your jealousy won't come between us. Jealousy can...
Oh, but just stop saying that. There is something you can do to make me feel better.
Anything.
Maybe you could spend a little less time with Kira.
Except that I knew it. You're doing this on purpose. You want her to like you. Yes, I'm evil. I want to be liked by children everywhere.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I do, and you're wrong. I want her to like me because I like her. She's important to me. But that shouldn't be a threat to you.
Oh, yeah, right.
Reba, do you know who she talks about all the time when we're together? You. It's mom this and mom that. I mean, sure, she's mostly complaining, but... It's because you're the important one in her life. See, I'm just her friend. You're her mother. And that's the best, worst job in the world.
Thank you, Barbara Jean.
We should hug.
Okay, but I want to see the pink hair.
Hug first. Her first. Hug first. Her first.
She's gonna make it bigger.
Watch
That's why
the
now I
Country
can't
Club
want to add too
every
much
weekday
water.
for thoughtful analysis and insight into the news of the day from a biblical perspective.
Son of music legends Johnny and June Carter Cash. John Carter Cash shares why some of his favorite memories involved food. Plus, Ephraim Graham is here with this week's top 5 stories from the entertainment world. That and more on today's 700 Club Interactive. Well, welcome to the show. Here's Ephraim Graham with this week's top 5 from Studio 5.
At number 5.
For a kid like myself, who started to find his way,
It's a project that brings athletes LeBron James and Tim Tebow together. Wearing his producer's hat, James tapped the New York Mets minor leaguer and former NFL quarterback to host a new CBS physical competition series called $1 Million Mile.
So far, we have raised $30,000 for LeBron's new school.
Just a little bit tougher than LeBron's Ellen's appearances.
You're going to eat ice cream with hot sauce on it.
oh my,
$1 Million Mile contestants will compete to win $1 million every time they run a massive obstacle course.
if I miss this, you gotta take another shot.
Yeah, don't miss it.
At number 4.
They're making another Toy Story movie. No, I thought those movies were done, dog. They made 3 movies.
That's right. Hollywood headlines are abuzz with news of Toy Story 4 and this teaser with some new characters in the mix.
I really don't know
I don't belong here! This Disney classic is back in theaters and all new in the summer of 2019.
Hey, guys, you got it all wrong.
It's to infinity and beyond.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
At number 3, civility comes to SNL.
So we good? We're good. Apology accepted.
Dan Crenshaw trolled Pete Davidson with an Ariana Grande ringtone on Saturday Night Live after Davidson apologized for joking about the congressman-elect's eye patch last week. Crenshaw lost the eye fighting in Afghanistan. Grande ended her engagement with Davidson last month.
And FaithWire shares what people may not have noticed. The 4 words Davidson whispered to Crenshaw. You're a good man. At number 2. Celebrities are praising the work of brave California firefighters and first responders, saving lives, homes, and animals in the face of raging wildfires.
It makes me cry to see how people are willing to run into the face of danger to protect people, and the animals and the homes that they love.
Celebs are helping too. Lady Gaga visiting an evacuation shelter to do what she could. She was evacuated from her Malibu home as well. Celebrities Miley Cyrus, Neil Young, and Gerard Butler are among those who lost their homes. At number 1. And just in time for Thanksgiving, the Rocky franchise is back with Creed 2, starring Michael B. Jordan. This is a story of fatherhood fighting back and finding legacy.
I was afraid I couldn't live up to these expectations.
You don't think you got your validation?
This guy is dangerous.
I ain't got a choice.
That's the same thing your father said, and he died right here in my hand.
One of the things that keeps us as an audience on the edge of our seat is when his character's in the fight and he is knocked down and then trying to summon that strength to get back up, and we're waiting. Where do you find the strength when you're knocked down to pull yourself back up?
I mean, I go in touch with my mom. You know, my mom is like, moms are like, they have this superpower where they're, you just put, good touch foreheads or just or give her a hug and just breathing together. You feel safe for whatever reason. So I think whenever I'm getting like too, run down or tired or whatever, I just usually just give her a call and we just gets me back on track.
Creed 2 is in American theaters November 21st.
All right, Efren joins us now. Were you threatening that? Michael B. Jordan was like, I'm going to take you.
Still in character, getting ready for the next fight. It wasn't me, that's for sure.
He's already working on Creed 3.
You got it.
He's staying in character.
I tell you. No,
is it going to be good?
It is going to be good. I will say it's only a hair less than what you saw in the first Creed, if you like that. As a new director, Stephen Caple, who actually Ryan Coogler handpicked to direct this film, and he does an amazing job. As you're watching the film, literally line after line is almost a life lesson. So you're like, okay, I wish I could write that down. But it's beautiful. They go back to Russia, and he is essentially avenging his father's death. His father was killed in the ring, so he now ends up fighting that
fictional father.
Yes,
killed in a fictional ring.
Right.
But it plays out through the series. You got to watch them all to understand the storyline.
Yes, very true. And he fights that gentleman's son, and we'll see how it ends. For those who saw.
How does it end?
I can't tell you that. No, I'm not going to spoil it. Not going to spoil it. Why not? It's very well received.
Does he get back up?
You have to go and see. Thanksgiving Day.
I have to go and see.
Thanksgiving Day. I think
I'm eating turkey on Thanksgiving Day. So.
I'm trying to get my family out to see at least one movie on Thanksgiving Day that I've liked, so we'll see how that works after dinner.
All right, well, let's talk about some people that may be working on Thanksgiving Day, and that's the firefighters in California.
Amazing.
How bad is it?
It is extremely bad. I mean, it seems like every day you wake up and there is a new fire, at least in the last couple of days. I mean, so you have thousands of firefighters fighting these wildfires. And what made me include this story is because the celebrities who are losing their homes are in less tears about it and more praising the valiant work of the firefighters. They really are saying what a great job they're doing, risking their own lives, because many of these firefighters fighting the blazes have lost their homes, and here they are out trying to save someone else's home. And a lot of them, of course, massive $1 million homes. Candace Cameron Bure, an actress, lives in the area. She's sitting down reading Psalm 139, encouraging people, but also letting people know, I'm living in the same fear as you are right now. What am I going to do? Am I going to lose my home? It's sad to watch play out every single day.
Well, it does underline that, your life does not consist of your possessions.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Your life is different.
It's bigger.
And how rich is your life? You can have everything wiped away. Do you still have that? And the answer is, if you do, then you have everything.
You've got Christ. You've got hope. You know that He has it all under control for you.
Now let's talk about Saturday Night Live. And I didn't think it would be possible to see reconciliation on Saturday Night Live.
I know.
Here we are, and it was a moment.
Yeah, I mean, a moment indeed. I mean, who would have thought that someone who makes fun of someone on Saturday Night Live, because it's what they do, would actually realize, okay, maybe we went too far, and to extend an apology. And it was a heartfelt apology. When this
gentleman thought of what his family had done and gone through in terms of suffered, he realized, you know, you're poking fun at someone who's just like your father, just like those in your family, and it wasn't a fair attack. I even love the way the apology played out. I mean, he gets to poke fun now at Pete.
I mean, parts of it were scripted, but also parts of it seemed to be quite genuine and quite from the heart.
Absolutely.
And to remember that the person who had made fun of me had actually lost his father.
Absolutely.
In 9/11.
Absolutely.
But for me, the big moment, you know, and I don't normally watch Saturday Night Live, but for whatever reason, I found myself not able to sleep, and so I turned on the TV to see what's going on. I couldn't believe it live happening that as it's all ending, there's still a live mic. He turns to him and says, "You're a good man."
You're a good man. Yeah, it's nice to see. It's just a sign that all is not lost. Civility can return, and that there's great cause for
So
us
you're
to continue.
expecting civility
Not to
in
return
the
to
new
this
Congress
one.
and the new Senate
I have to
come
remain
January.
hopeful.
You're expecting civility.
I have to admit, I hope that we finally learn the lessons that
I'm gonna break
what
out
we're
into
doing.
song to dream, the impossible dream.
What we're doing is not working. So maybe
Yeah, but I don't see it stopping.
It's hard.
You know, it's not working, but people think it works at the polls. And therefore, until you and I start changing how we vote, that we're not going to vote in people who are going to be uncivil.
Yes.
What's it going to take for that?
If we need to recognize our power, because I know I sit and I complain about the gridlock in watching from home, thinking, Joe, if I ran my house like that, you know, my wife would throw me out by now. And we realize that we actually have the power to make a change. We stand up and we actually do that. It is still disheartening.
If you ran your house like that, you wouldn't have a house.
Very true. Very true.
Very
true. Very true. I think we have to realize our power as voters, because it's still disheartening when you're out and you're talking to people and you don't realize there's an election. You don't realize what's on the ballot. And trying to, you know, hide the horror in my face when I'm like, okay, you didn't go and vote today. So we've got to wake up and realize the
I'll be
power.
very, very cynical. I've seen sort of the back rooms of politics too long. I think the reason you're seeing this play out in the public space is that politicians earnestly believe that it works at the ballot box. They earnestly think people are swayed by it, and that votes aren't exercises of our intellect, they're exercises of our emotion. So if they can play the emotional card and get people really hopped up and mad about particular things, and just start thinking the last cycle, how many things were so much in the news, and then the day after the election, gone. Because the vote's over, and now we just got to count.
You're absolutely right there. I mean, because we can certainly list all the things that we were talking about a week or 2 weeks ago that they were pitching that we're not talking about right now, because the election's over for some people.
So if you find yourself getting mad at politics, realize you're being manipulated.
Absolutely. You are. You are indeed.
That's what's going on. All right. Let's talk about Tim Tebow. He just seems to want to stay in the news.
Keep doing great things.
And we seem to keep wanting to watch what's going on with Tim Tebow.
The $1 Million Mile, this is going to be so interesting. LeBron James and his Springer production company is producing this for CBS. And what's going to happen is everyday Americans have an opportunity to compete in this mile-long race to win $1 million. But here's the deal. It's going to be a mile-long race that's going to include many obstacles. The obstacles will also include elite athletes who are obviously stronger and better than you by any stretch of the imagination for you to see.
Can I give up now?
I already gave up. I gave up.
You just talked to me about, okay, you're going to run a mile. Okay. Is that a stroll mile? Is that a walk a mile?
And you have some obstacles to go through. But I'm thinking, okay, I could probably do the obstacles, but the fact that I'm going to have to contend with elite athletes on that journey as well.
Trying to block you.
Yeah, then you know, they're my opposition. That's
Can you take a machine gun with you?
No. Civility. Even in this mile range.
Especially in sports. Right.
Indeed.
Well, for all the latest in entertainment news, all you have to do is check out Ephraim's weekly show, Studio 5. You can watch it online at cbn.com/Studio5. And Ephraim, good to have you.
Good to be here.
Up next, a biblical lesson on superheroes.
It's like the heroes that they had kind of worshipped before started to become the heroes of the Bible, and Jesus being the big one.
Find out how their children had a change of perspective. Don't go away.
Now you can take your personal security into your own hands. E-alarm safety devices can deter criminals while alerting authorities that you need help. Simply pull the e-alarm and a piercing audible signal will activate immediately. Attach e-alarm to your keys, backpack, purse, or luggage for any potential emergency. There's no price on peace of mind. 15 minutes could save your life or your loved ones. Go to myealarm.com to order now or call the number on your screen.
Watch breaking news, in-depth exclusive stories and programs, from health to entertainment, you won't find anywhere else. The CBN News Channel, a perspective you can trust. Enjoy credible news reporting from around the world. Discover inspiring programs and stories of hope, all in one place, from a Christian perspective. The CBN News Channel, a perspective you can trust. Check your local listings or visit cbnnewschannel.com.
Alright guys, so I did it. It is now a good sign it doesn't stick. I just need to add it tied.
If you think it's scary going to the dentist, just think how your wallet feels.
Tied.
Because if you don't have dental
Shaving cream,
insurance, paying a bill can be really expensive. Just a simple cleaning can cost over $150.
I forgot that I had tied,
and things like root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But now you can get dental insurance for about $1 a day from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company.
Video's not over yet.
Call us for a free information kit. We will cover over 350 procedures, everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. There are no deductibles and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist. So help protect your teeth and your wallet.
I'm going to keep it tied beside me
for
every
your
time.
free information kit with all the details.
Because it's coming.
Well, children love superheroes, and that's one of the reasons Carrie and Neil were drawn to CBN's series Superbook. They wanted their sons to have the ultimate role model for their superhero, and that's exactly what they got.
With a growing
glad I have a
family,
big
Carrie and Neil
slime.
Rosima are careful about what their sons watch on TV.
Our children are at the age where they're fascinated with superheroes. And the world will put out superheroes, for one, that aren't real, and for two, that you can't believe in.
That's why the Rosimas became members of the Superbook DVD Club.
Superbook is a documentary on real superheroes. Jesus is a real superhero. Joseph is a superhero. Every story is about a superhero that has changed the world.
It was like the heroes that they had kind of worshipped before started to become the heroes of the Bible, and Jesus being the big one.
Their oldest son, Judge, agrees.
I like Revelations because Jesus fighted this big snake.
Superbook is more than just entertainment for the boys. Every new episode, they learn more about the Bible.
I think for a child, it makes all the difference in the world. To see it lived out and for them to be able to relate. Because I can read them stories all the time, but to have it reenacted and related for children is huge.
I like it because it teaches about Jesus.
It brings the word to life for the boys, and once we read the scriptures, it helps them to kind of get a picture of what we just read.
Carrie and Neil especially appreciate how Superbook reinforces the same Christian values they're teaching.
It helps me be a good boy, and it helps me be a good kid so Mom could teach me everything about it.
When we started watching Superbook in the home, it was like the spiritual temperature in our home just went up through the roof.
With such a young family, Neil and Carrie plan on keeping Superbook around for a long time. And they know that what their sons learn today is preparing them for the future.
What I love about Superbook is it really teaches boys where real power comes from, how to really be men of God.
The values that Superbook teaches my children is how to take biblical principles and apply them to real-life situations, to show compassion, to show forgiveness, to show love. It teaches them how to be more like Jesus, and that's the most important thing.
Thank you, CBN, for making Superbook.
If you want to be a part of taking the stories of the Bible to the children of the world, join the Superbook Club, and for a gift of $25 or more, we'll send you the latest episode, which is the story of Jeremiah. You'll get not just one copy, you'll get 3 copies of it, so you can share it with your family, with the children in your life, or with your church, or with the school. Kids love these Bible cartoons, and it's not just here, it's around the world. We're up over 44 languages now, on our way to 55 broadcast languages, and there's a map showing all the different places where Superbook is being broadcast, either through terrestrial television, on satellite television, or through the internet. Those are all the various languages. So you can be a part of taking these stories to the children of the world. How? By your gift to the Superbook Club. That gift goes directly to the production costs, the translation costs, the distribution costs of Superbook. So if you want to be involved in it, call us now, 1-800-700-7000, to say, I want to give. And for a gift of $25 or more, we'll send you the latest episode. Well, coming up, he's the son of music legends, Johnny and June Carter Cash. John Carter Cash is here to share memories of his childhood, especially those from around the table. We'll talk with him right after this.
From Superbook.
This is awesome! Please, leave our things alone.
God will always give you the strength to do what's right.
There's a homeless family living down there. Should we do something?
Yes, we should get out of this alley. It is not safe here. We do not need to get involved.
Superbook!
Join the
Thanks for
Superbook
watching.
Club
Bye.
at